ethically. Ethically sourced. Ethically sourced. Ethically. Ethics, ethically. Right, let's do this. Welcome back folks, I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. Today we are bringing you the last episode in a series where we've been taking a look at some really interesting and cutting edge running apparel. In the series I'm sure we've looked at some brands that you are very familiar with, but I also hope that we've brought to your attention some super cool running brands that you haven't come across before. In today's episode we are looking at a brand that has been producing high performing running, cycling and triathlon apparel for many years now. The company ASHMEI was founded by Stuart Brook, who at the time had his own sportswear design consultancy that was designing products for giants like Berghaus, the North Face, but also small startups at the time like Rapha. His mission statement was to produce the highest performing sportswear apparel using some of the finest fabrics from around the world, but he also didn't want to be governed by production costs or by having to hit a specific target retail price. A small range of deceptively simple looking products was produced using some high performing natural fibres, and ASHMEI was born. A big part of ASHMEI's range is merino wool. They feel that to produce the ultimate sportswear apparel, you have to be using the best materials available. And when it comes to merino wool, it's pretty much untouchable on performance. It's non-itchy, it keeps you cool when it's warm, but warm when it's cold, but it's also recyclable and super sustainable. Anyway, let's dive into the products that we've been testing over the last couple of weeks. And first up is ASHMEI's Merino Classic Short Sleeve Tee. It's constructed from 65% merino wool and 35% carbon blend. Merino wool acts as a great thermal regulator, but it also offers some natural anti-odor properties. The carbon element is a polyester fibre, but ASHMEI have confirmed that this is going to be replaced later in the year with a recycled polyester. This is something that ASHMEI feels super strongly about: sustainability. The merino and carbon blend is used because in testing, ASHMEI discovered by blending the wool and the carbon element, it actually speeded up the drying process. So compared to 100% merino wool, the material dries 2 times quicker. The t-shirt comes with a nice athletic fit. It's a nice clean and understated design. The ASHMEI across your chest is actually a high-vis fabric. It retails in the UK at £68, and believe it or not, it comes in 10 different colourways. So that's the Merino Classic Tee from ASHMEI. But next up is their Merino Mesh Running Short. It's 5 inches in construction. The internal mesh is made from 51% unmolested, ethically sourced merino wool. That's easy for me to say. It offers the same properties as the Classic Tee, but it offers a greater level of breathability. The outer short has a water repellent treatment just in case you get caught out in British summertime. On the back of the short, you've got a really well constructed zip pocket, and a really good size zip pocket. It'll actually carry most modern day mobile phones. The pocket is placed on the lower back to try and prevent any bouncing while you're running. And I hope you're sitting down, hold your breath. They retail at £94. Last but not least is a pair of ASHMEI's classic merino socks. You can't beat a bit of merino wool in your running socks, that's for sure. It's the same wool and carbon blend to prevent hot spots, but also to help with moisture build-up that can lead to blisters. And the socks retail in the UK at £18. Right, that's the 3 items that we've been putting through their paces. But let's go through the things that we've really enjoyed about running in the ASHMEI apparel, and maybe a few of the things that haven't quite worked out for us. Starting with the things we've liked first. In the past, whenever I've run in running apparel that is constructed using merino wool, I've always suffered with a bit of irritation. To be honest, it's been pretty cheap product, and the standard of wool has been a bit lower in them items that have caused problems. What can I say? I'm delicate, my skin is just so sensitive. but I've had none of them above problems with the ASHMEI products. You really can tell that they have sourced the finest fabrics available, and that merino wool carbon blend feels great against the skin, and it has to be the softest merino wool I've ever used. The merino classic tee has a really nice athletic fit and a great attention to detail. I can definitely vouch for that merino wool and carbon blend speeding up drying time. I ran the top on a couple of long runs in some pretty hot, muggy, humid conditions, and the fabric really does dry out pretty quick. I actually forgot to apply any Vaseline or Body Glide, and I thought I was going to get home to some pretty painful irritation in the shower afterwards, and I didn't have any, and I've got to put that down to the fabrics used in this classic tee. I think having that ASHMEI written across the chest in some real high-vis fabric is a great little touch. It really does get picked out by car headlights and make you very visible. Having 10 different colours to choose from and some amazing colourways to choose from is always a nice touch when it comes to your running clothes. So I can't really fault the classic tee on construction or performance. Next up on the list is ASHMEI's Merino mesh running short. First thing we need to talk about is the fact that it's a 5-inch short in length, and I'm sure by now, if you've watched the whole series, you know I love a 5-inch running short. The shorts have a really nice fit and cut to them, very similar to the classic tee. This outer shell material is very soft against the skin. Also, having that DWR repellent on it is a really nice touch. When it comes to the reverse of the short, where the pocket's placed and the size of the pocket makes it a very practical and usable pocket. A lot of running short pockets are either too small or in the wrong place, so when you put something in, it bounces all over the place. Not the case with the pocket on these shorts. Also, having a really good quality zip on there, you know, that's going to stand up to the test of time. On the front, when it comes to the drawstring, that being on the outside of the short instead of the inside. So when you tie that up, it's not going to irritate or rub against your stomach, which is again a really good attention to detail. When we talk about the internal brief being really well constructed and made of merino wool, I've never run in a running short where the internal brief is constructed of merino wool. Makes it very comfortable and very breathable. It performs excellent inside the short. So when it comes down to comfort, performance and build quality, I really can't fault the shorts from ASHMEI. Every time I've run in them, it has been a real pleasurable experience. And when it comes down to the classic merino socks, you know, they've been very comfortable, very breathable, using that same merino wool carbon blend. I'm a massive fan of having merino wool in my running socks, especially in sort of wintry, wet conditions. They handle that wet environment really well. So I'm a big fan of the classic merino sock. There's not really been anything that we've disliked about the items that we've tested. You know, we've loved the way they felt to run in, we've loved the fit, we've loved the construction, we've loved the attention to detail. There's just one thing we've got to bring up, and that is the price of some of the items. Now I know ASHMEI is all about the performance and pushing the boundaries of performance and the fabrics they use, but I personally think £94 for a pair of 5-inch running shorts is quite steep. I've loved them. I can't fault the shorts, but I have to be honest to myself and honest to the viewers. Would I pay £94 for a pair of running shorts? I'm not so sure, to be fair. But what I can say is there is an amazing sale on ASHMEI online at the moment with up to 50% off some items. They've got lots of pieces of kit at affordable prices, so definitely worth going and checking out and maybe grabbing yourself a bargain. Walking away with a piece of running kit that's going to run amazing, feel amazing on, perform at the highest level, but it's also going to last you for years and years. That is a quick insight into how we felt about running in the ASHMEI kit over the last couple of weeks. I've left links below. If you want to find out any more about the items that we've been tested, please go and click them links. If you're the sort of runner looking for cheap and cheerful running kit, sort of mass-produced entry-level stuff, maybe ASHMEI isn't the brand for you. But if you're a runner who wants high-performing, classically designed and attention to detail with their running kit, or you want to support a company that puts sustainability or ethically sourced fabrics at the top of their list, then ASHMEI are definitely worth checking out. I don't think you'd be disappointed with how their kit performs. That is a wrap to the series, guys. That's the last episode when it comes down to the reviews on running apparel. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the whole series and you've found it useful. Just before we go, we thought we'd pick out some of the standout items from across the series. And the first item we're going to look at is the running gilet from Doxa. Yep, I love a good running gilet, and this is a great running gilet from Doxa. A really well thought out and well constructed piece of running apparel. But what I also love about Doxa, the brand, is they use a lot of recycled polyester in their garments, and they're all about sustainability. So definitely going to be spending a lot of time in Doxa's running gilet throughout the winter months. Next on the list of standout items has to be Salomon's S-Lab EXO 3/4 length tight. I've spent a lot of time in these shorts since the review, and I really can't fault them on performance. Yes, they are a bit expensive, but I really do think you get what you pay for when it comes to these shorts. I love the fact that they link up with the outer short and that belt system, so definitely worth checking out the Salomon S-Lab modular short system. Next on the list comes from British brand Castor, and it has to be their 3/4 length zip jacket. Yep, this was a jacket that blew my mind the first time I put it on, and actually putting it on again now is doing the same. The feeling of this fabric on the skin is amazing. It's quite hard to explain. The fit, the tailored cut of this, again, brilliant. Fantastic feeling jacket on. It's definitely a jacket that I'm going to be spending a lot of time once the weather's got a bit colder, winter time. I'm going to be doing a lot of running with this jacket on. So I couldn't recommend enough going along, checking out Castor and having a look at the 3/4 length zip jacket. Last and definitely not least, we're going to pick out the brand that has impressed us the most across the series, and it has to be a brand coming from the mean streets of Copenhagen, and yes, it is ASHMEI. Yeah, I am so happy that we got some ASHMEI apparel to test and review in this series. It was a brand I'd heard lots about, but I'd never run in before, and to be honest, since we did the review, I've done most of my running in their kit. You know, I love the fabrics they use, I love the attention to detail, I love the fit and the cut of their garments. Feels great to run in, you know, real high performing, comfortable running apparel. I also love the fact that they're using bold, colourful prints on men's running kit. You know, there's not a lot of brands doing that, and you've got to be bold as a company to pull that off, and I definitely think they are. So I couldn't recommend enough that you go along and you check out the brand ASHMEI. That is a wrap on our running apparel review series. We really hope you enjoyed it, guys. I know we really enjoyed putting it all together for you at home. Before we go, we have to thank all the brands that have got involved in it and have supported the channel by sending kit down for us to test and review. You know, we couldn't have done this series without them. The support has been amazing, so thank you very much, guys. We have left links in the description for all the brands that have got behind us. Please go and click on them links and check them out. If you've enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed the series, you found it useful, please give us a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down in the corner. Come and join the Run4Adventure family. We'd love to have you along. Also, hit that bell icon because you'll be notified when we upload any new content to the channel. That is another video crushed at Run4Adventure. It's been great having you along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your amazing support. We will see you in the next video, but as always, stay safe and keep on running.